Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of English version 11, Assalamu alaikum. Now we will discuss on a important topics from physics first paper and chapter 4 from Newtonian mechanics chapter, centripetal force and centrifugal force. So these two forces are very important, and from this chapter this topics is too much important and related to centripetal force and centrifugal force. We can easily explain some important information or topics related to our practical life in case of the vehicles or if a cycle riders or motorcycle riders while taking turns in a horizontal plane. So this first of all, these two quantities are very important, centripetal force and centrifugal force. And first of all, when centripetal force and centrifugal force arise or acts on an object, suppose when an object, if an object is moved within a circular path, suppose we have taken a stone with a sting, and then if we move the stone within a circular path, then in this case there will create the centripetal force and centrifugal force. And we can practically, you can imagine, you can do this practically yourself. If you rotate or moves an object or a stone with a sting along with a circular path in circular way in the horizontal plane, then you will must feel a force in your finger. That means towards the center of the circular path a force will must be feel or create here, and this force is called the centripetal force. Again, if you move a stone with a sting in the horizontal plane within a circular path, then along with the center of the circular path on your finger you will must feel a force, and this is known the centripetal force. Actually it is a resultant force. Why not? While the object moves around the circular path, all time along with the tangent, suppose here is the object, along with the tangent of the circumference a force act on that object. But if while moving the string is teared, then the object goes to the outside along with the radius of the circular path. So first of all, student will must remember the centripetal force as a knowledge type question. So in short, we can say while an object moves round a circular path, it feels a force along with the center of the circular path. This force is known as centripetal force. And according to the Newton's third law of motion, in the same case, the object they will must create a reaction force towards the outside of the radius along with the radius, and this force is known as centrifugal force. And this force tries to skid away the object on the outside of the circular path. And now we will find out the equation of the centripetal force. We know well from our previous lesson, from our previous chapter, dynamics chapter, there was a important topics there, and it was centripetal acceleration. We have seen while an object moving around a circular path, an acceleration creates along with the center of the circular path. So this acceleration was known as centripetal acceleration. So now suppose while the object is moving round the circular path, the centripetal force is suppose Fc here, and the centripetal force will act on the object. Suppose the mass of the object is cm and the radius of the circular path is here r. And now suppose the object is moving with the uniform velocity v meter per second here. Suppose along the circular path the object is moving with uniform velocity v meter per second. So now the centripetal force, according to the Newton's second law, we can write the equation of centripetal force Fc equal to m AC. Here AC means the centripetal acceleration. So now from our previous discussion we know the value of the centripetal acceleration. Here we know, so let us put the value of centripetal acceleration m into v square by r. We know from our previous discussion the equation of the centripetal acceleration was v square divided by r. So the equation of centripetal force is, we can write Fc equal to m v square by r. Again we know while an object moves down the circular path, then there are two velocity acts on the object, especially three velocity, but two important velocities are, one is linear velocity and another is angular velocity. And we know the relation between the linear velocity and angular velocity, v equals to omega r. So we can replace the v with omega here. Again centripetal force m, we know that v equal to omega r, then square. Why not? We know v equal to omega r. Now what will be the form of the equation? M omega square r square divided by r. Let us cross the 1. So centripetal force Fc equal to here am omega square into r. So these two equations are too much important. So students will must remember the two equations related to the centripetal force. While the linear velocity will be given, then centripetal force Fc equal to mv square by r. Here v the linear velocity, m the mass of the object, and r is the radius of the circular path. Again we can also submit the equation of centripetal force with the help of the angular velocity omega, and then the equation will be centripetal force Fc equal to m omega square into r. So these two equations are too much important for both SSC exam and admission exam. Now with the help of the centripetal force and centrifugal force, so these two forces are same, centripetal force and centrifugal force are the same. Set the centrifugal force and centripetal force same and opposite. So centrifugal force we can write here mv square by r, mv square divided by r. Now we have seen in our practical life. Now we will discuss related to centripetal force and centrifugal force in our practical life. While we have seen a cyclist or cycle rider tries to take turns in a horizontal plane, the cycle ladder leans in the inside of the road, and this is why. Why not? When the cycle rider or a motorcycle rider takes the turn in a curved road or in a horizontal plane, he leans to the center of the curve of that place of the road to provide the centripetal force. Why not? We have seen here, when an object moves along with a circular path, a force acts on the object to skid away the outside of the circular path. This is why when a cycle rider or motorcycle rider will take the turns in the curved road or horizontal space, then there they will create a curve or circular shape. This is why along with the outside of the circular shape of the road of that place, a centrifugal force will try to skid away the cycle rider or the bike rider. So to provide the centripetal force at that place, the cycle rider leans inside of the circular path. But in case of a four-wheeler, it's too much difficult to lean the car or truck or bus to lean the inside of the car place. In that case, the road is made in this way. The inner edge of the road is something lower and the outer edge of the road is made a little high, as in that place the vehicles can easily lean towards the center of the car to provide the centripetal force. So in that two cases, the main equation is same here. So equation number in this equation is for the cycle rider. A cycle rider to provide the centripetal force, a cycle rider to provide himself skidding away from the road. He apply the centripetal force by lean down himself to the center of the curve of the road of that place. So then to take safely turn at the curve of the road, what step should the cycle riders or the vehicle takes? Now we will discuss on that. So from these two figures we can easily explain. So in case of this figure, in case of a cycle rider or in case of a vehicles or four-wheelers, in that two cases that need a centripetal force when the cycle riders or by motorcycle riders will take the turns of that curved road or in any horizontal road space. And in case of four-wheelers, as it's not possible for the driver to lean the four-wheel vehicles, this is why at the curved place of the road is made in this way. The outer edge of the road must be high, a little high than the inner edge. As a result, automatically when a four-wheelers will take the turns at that place, it will automatically lean in this way. So now what will be the resultant force here? Here the four-wheelers or the vehicles is the weight force is acting along with the downward direction, and the reaction force will divide into two components here. Here the vertical components, suppose here the reaction force is R, and here the vertical components of the reaction force is R cos theta, and horizontal components of the reaction force is R sin theta. Here the vertical components from this figure we can easily say, or as you can see, the vertical components R cos theta will release or decrease the weight force here, and the horizontal components R sin theta will provide the centripetal force here. So we can write R cos theta here, R cos theta equal to weight force equal to mg, equation number 1, and the horizontal components of the reaction force R sin theta will provide the centripetal force. So again here R sin theta horizontal components of the reaction force will be equal to the centripetal force, and we know the equation of centripetal force is m v square divided by R. So these are two important information here. Now let us divide equation 2 with equation 1. Divide equation 1, 2 divided by 1, R sin theta divide R cos theta equal to m v square divided by R into 1 by mg. Okay, now R cross and sin theta divided by cos theta, we know it will be tan theta. Then tan theta equal to here cross v square by R g. So it's the important equation in case of the vehicles or both in two wheelers to provide the centripetal force, and to avoid the four wheelers or the cycle riders to skidding away from the road, the necessary equation tan theta is equal to v square by rg. So from here, if a vehicles move with a particular velocity, then for that velocity, which will be the lean angle approved at that place, we can easily find out from here. Here the v is the velocity of the vehicles, r is the radius of the turn of that place, and g is acceleration due to gravity. So again, in case of this lean place, we can get from here another important information. Suppose the height of the road is here x meter, and the height of the outer edge of the road is h, then the inner edge. So the shape is just like a right angle triangle. So from here we can get another information. This is sin theta equal to here h is the height of the outer edge of the road will be considered here as the perpendicular, and the height of the road will be considered here as the hypotenuse, and the relation between, we know, the perpendicular and hypotenuse is sin theta. So sin theta equal to perpendicular h divided by hypotenuse x. It's another important information in case of the centripetal and centrifugal force. So these two equations are too much important, and when the angle will be very small angle, then we know that the value of tan theta and sin theta will be same. From this information, we can easily write this equation from 1 and 4 equation 1 and 4. As the angle is too much small, then we know the sin theta equals to tan theta. For the small angle, we know the value of sin theta equal to tan theta. Then we can write is by x equal to v square by rg. It's another important equation related to these topics. So dear students, all of these information are too much important, very important from this chapter. You need this information or equation to solve the SSC exam question both in CQ and MCQ, and it's very much important for the engineering admission and the varsity admission. So you will must memorize and you will must remember this information and equation. It will all must help you to take yourself a better preparation for the SSC exam and for the admission exam. So many thanks for you. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.